Alright guys, welcome back to this channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how you can place your first order with Alibaba and how you can do everything safely. And this video is crucial if you are just starting out with Amazon FBA and never placed a single order with Alibaba. I'm going to show you how you can stay protected, how you can make sure that you have a power over the seller, and I'm going to make sure how you can get your product on time, because the problem that a lot of people face when they go into China and find a Chinese seller is that they promise one thing and they always try to get your product in delay, not in the expected date, because they have a lots of other people who are placing the order in the same time. But you want to make sure that you save yourself and you can get your head start as fast as possible. All right, so watch this full video. Also, if you're just starting out with the Amazon FBA and you would like a step-by-step guide, I actually created a ebook and a mini course for the people who are just starting out with the Amazon FBA. If you want to access that, all you need to do, just comment right below and I'll send it to you, and you'll be able to get a head start to start your business on Amazon FBA. Alright, so let's jump into the video. Alright, welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you should be placing your order on Alibaba using trade assurance. And I have always been placing my order through trade assurance because Alibaba give you 15 days protection after you get the product on your home or on the destination where you are sending it to. It's very important because if you make the transaction via bank transfer or via even PayPal takes 180 days to dispute something, or via Western Union, those are they take longer time if you need to dispute. As I told you before on this course, my first order was disputed. I made a big order and 90% of the product that my seller sent me was defective. And I went through Alibaba, I did the dispute. I did not know how to do it basically, but I actually had all the documentation, all the emails that was recorded to me. I contact with one of the sales representative from Alibaba, and they took care of the whole matter for me. Since I had trade assurance, they had to give me the money back because I had all the documentation. So I'm going to show you how you can safely place the order with Alibaba. So if anything happens bad, basically, if you get burned like me for the first time, you can always get your money back. So the first thing that you see right on the screen is a purchase order contract. Means that if I finalize that I'm going to work with the seller, if I agree upon the price, if I agree upon the quality of the product and everything, I fill this up. Now in the section, I actually have bolded and colored it red, so you know what you have to put where. Basically, you have to fill this up yourself. So you have to put your company name, your manufacturer name. You can keep everything same. This document is a little bigger, but this document actually explains everything and actually protects you from getting fraud by the seller. Before you place the order in Alibaba, you always should make the seller sign this document. Every time you make an order, you should always make them sign this documentation. This document actually talks about your company name. If it's not your company, it could be your name, and the company is the second party. You should put the description of the product. Basically, you should bullet point them and make them bolded, basically just for them to reconfirm. If they will make sure that they go through the document before they're signing it, because the Chinese seller are very skeptical about the first-time buyer. So you have to describe everything. I mean, I did most of the work. I use it for myself. You can actually download it from the link below. Basically, I actually use it myself. So you can also use it yourself. You can just use the same documentation. If you want to make some changes, let's say right here it says based on the arrangement, the production time will be 14 days. If your production time for the product that you're buying is 30 days, let's say you're buying baby clothes, right? If it's 30 days, you just change it to 30 basically, right? So you can change it based on your needs. Basically, just go through the documentation and let me show you which part it protects you basically. So since I had this documentation, the seller on the other side could not screw with me, because I said everything. I said if there is a flaws discovered in the product and does not made anything, they have to replace the product, they have to give me a discount, or they have to fix it. Also, if they're late by more than 3 days, they have to give me a discount on the product, because I'm losing the money. I could not get the product on time, so I'm losing the money. If they're going to be late for a few days, they have to let me know at least 5 days before, like, hey, we're going to be late. Then we can come to a conclusion, because sometimes the seller, they take way longer than what it's supposed to be. So I want to make sure that they don't do that with me, basically with my product. If it says 14 days, I want this to be done within 14 days. I don't want this to be done after 30 days or something like that. Basically, I don't want them to come up with the excuse. So I want to make sure that I clear everything out, basically. Also, I tell them that if I want to get an inspection done, Alibaba nowadays, they also offer inspection. You can get the inspection done through Alibaba, or if you want to hire somebody to inspect your product, you can do that as well. It's up to you, but I don't do any inspection on my product, since I told you my products are small and they ship the product to my house. So I inspect them, and my sellers are quite trusted now, like this product that I'm selling. So I don't need to do any inspection. But if you I'm going to show you how you can get your inspection done if you want to do it, basically. And then shipping, basically. Shipping information is right here. And as I told you guys, my product that I'm selling right now is small. So I always ship everything via Air Express, even though it's costly, but I make up my money by marking up the product higher in Amazon. For me, shipping via air, it does not cost me lots of money. But if you are actually finding something like if you get the product that I showed you guys, the I forget the name of it again, basically Sky Lantern, those are going to be in small packages, right? They're going to package all 20 in one packet, one unit. So if the weight is not too much, basically you can ask them for a code beforehand, like before you even get the sample, like, hey, I want to buy 200, can you give me the estimation of how much it's going to cost? Or before you even place the order, you can just talk to them, like, hey, give me a price, how much it's going to cost for door-to-door shipping using Air Express. And then you can decide, whether you're going to be able to get the product cheap enough to make a profit. If not, then you have to go find a freight forwarder. Basically, you can go search in Google. I actually gonna make a module about that, and so you guys gonna be able to take a look at it. You guys gonna be able to go through it, and you guys gonna be able to contact with the freight forwarder. So freight forwarder, they actually export things from China via sea. It takes 30 to 40 days to get your item, but most of the freight forwarder, they actually goes out there. They actually do all the work for you. They contact with the seller. They actually pick up the product. They can then they're gonna pick up the product. They're gonna put it in the ship, and when it comes here, basically they gonna clear the custom, and then they're gonna send you the product. So they're gonna charge you all the money for that, for the whole service. But you can consider both. If you are not in rush, you can do freight forwarder. I never do it. I never did it myself, to be personally honest with you. I did Air Express all the time, so you can do that. Then I put the case quantity. I put made in China, gross weight. Basically, I want them to put that, and box dimension. Right? I need those information myself. If they can provide me at least the first two, at least the first one, how many cases that they're gonna send, that should be good enough. They should be able to give you a estimation of how many cases it's gonna be for the product that you're getting, and the gross weight. So if you get the gross weight, you can actually check that with the UPS or DHL, like, hey, they told me this is the price. Is that the price that they're charging me the right price or not? If you are curious, you can do that. I never did it myself, but you can always do that. And then confidential information means that you are telling the customer, telling them that they won't be disclosing your information if you're customizing the product like I do. You don't want that to be leaked to other sellers, basically similar sellers, your competition. They're not gonna be able to do that, or they're not gonna be able to sell it to Amazon and other platform, basically. If they do, you have this contract, you can show this to, you can stop working with them, you can report those seller to Alibaba and stuff like that. And Alibaba is very strict. They prioritize the customer before the sellers. So this contract is a huge lifesaver. And then then you talk about the payment. You talk about the total payment, how much you're paying. Initially, I pay 50% to my seller. I just put 30 because 30 is what most of the gurus tells to pay. Like 30% upfront that you pay, 70% you pay before they ship out the product. After you see the picture of the product, after you see the product images, then you pay 70% when they say, all right, your product is ready to ship. Clear out the 70% payment that's left. So I pay 50-50. I pay 50% upfront, I pay 50% at the end, basically because Alibaba is protecting my money, so I really don't have to worry about anything. They protect your money for 15 days after you get the product in hand, basically. So you have enough time to inspect the product to see if there's any damages, and you can contact with the seller. If the seller says he's not gonna reimburse the money, then you can go for the dispute. And that's the good thing about it. So even though you making the money, the day you get the product in hand, that's when that 15 days start. And Alibaba can track that because the tracking number, they will send it to you. They also have to update Alibaba as well, like they send the product out basically. So Alibaba also tracks everything for you. And then you fill out this product, company name, stuff like that, and you sign here. You don't sign and then you tell them to sign here, basically. Once they sign the paper, you always ask them, send me the contract back. Until you get the contract back with their signature, I tell them like, hey, sign the contract and send me scan the whole contract and send it to me, and then I sign it, basically. So first they sign it, first they sign it, they put the date and they send it to me, then I sign it myself, and then I place the order for them. That's why I do it myself. I place the order. I never ask them to place the order because I want the contract in hand as a proof, basically. All right, so now this is the contract that I actually use. So you can use the same. You can just make some tweaks, and after you make those tweaks, you're gonna have the contract in hand. You can download it by clicking the link below. If you see the video in YouTube, you can just go to the description, and you're gonna be able to get this contract from there, basically. Now, how you place a order in Alibaba, basically. This is something that I struggle with. There was no video, so I want to show you guys how you place an order in Alibaba using trade assurance and what you do. To do that, I have like 3 orders in hand that I'm waiting for. So I do this thing. So you go to the orders. Basically, you create a free account. You go to the orders, and then you go to this option, trade order with trade assurance. You click on that. After you click on that, you put the supplier's email. You can always ask the supplier, hey, what's your email? I want to place the order with you. What's your email? So they will give you the email address that you need to put in here, basically. So you put their email and you click on the search button. You click on the add contract. It says add product. I don't use that. I use this option right here. It says add contract. So I put a description of the product. For example, let's say if it's a potato peeler, right? I just put potato peeler, right? I do that. And then I just put a small description of the product. Then what I do, I upload the file. Which file am I talking about? I upload the purchase contract from that they signed, basically. Now, let's say if you want to make a customized box, right? If you want to make customized packaging, and you have the images of these packages. If you want a specific product, you have the picture of the product. You can upload all of them here, basically. Like this is the picture. This is the product I want. This is the packaging I want. You can upload everything here, basically. You can click upload. You can upload up to 5 different files, basically. You can do that. Then you click on this button. Then you add your shipping information, basically, right? Then terms are not important. Then the shipping method, I use the express. If you use the other one, air freight, you can do that. You can do sea freight, and then you can select your option here, basically whatever is good for you. And then ship date, I put the days when they're gonna ship. If they say we need 3 weeks to make the product, I put 3 weeks, and the balance payment, because after I make the whole payment, then they're gonna ship out the product. Then I put the whole amount. I put the price, I add the price together, price of the product and the shipping cost, right? For example, it says $500, right? And the initial payment. So the initial payment you have to negotiate with the seller. If you can negotiate 30%, that's good for you. If you can negotiate 50%, that's good for you. Never go for 70% or 100%. Never do that, basically. If you are new in Alibaba, always go for 30%. Try your best to have 30% there, basically. I have a trusted seller now. I can do 50%. So you go 50%, and right here it says, right here, it's talk about the product of fee and the time account, stuff like that. After you do all of that information, you click on the submit order. Once you submit order, the Alibaba gonna give you a link. That link is a drafted order link, like you just drafted the order, basically. You take that link and you email that to the seller, and you tell them like, hey, this is the link, review the order, and if the order is fine, if all the information is correct, accept the order, confirm the order. And after they confirm the order, you always ask them like, hey, after you confirm the order, notify me so I can make the initial payment. The initial payment is this amount, 250, the 50% or the 30% that you're selecting, right? So after you make the 30% payment, after they confirm the link, after they confirm all the information is correct, then you make the initial payment. You can click on the same link. It's gonna take you to the payment page where you can make the payment there. And after you make the payment, you notify them again and tell them, hey, I made the initial payment, start the production. And once they're done, they should send you a bunch of pictures of the product that they are making for you, and you should check the picture if you satisfy, and if the product is ready to ship out. Before shipping, you pay the rest of the amount, basically. You can go to the orders and pending payment, and you should be able to see the orders that you have on hold. So that's how you place the order in Alibaba. If it's not clear, check it again, and if you have any question, just leave a comment and I'll try to follow up with you guys.